Just minutes from the heart of DC, there's an entirely different side of the city most people never see. Takoma Park. Trust me, it's a hidden gem you absolutely need to know about. While thousands flock to the National Mall, they're missing out on one of the region's most unique and in-demand communities. So, what's making this small town one of the most desirable suburbs in the entire DC area? Today, I'm taking you inside this incredible suburb, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why it could be the perfect place for your next move. Alright, let me get this straight. Takoma Park is absolutely incredible, and there's so much I want to dive into, from its amazing arts and culture scene to green spaces and the booming housing market. But we'll get to all that in a minute. First, let's take a step back and give you the full picture of what Takoma Park is all about. This isn't just another DC bedroom community. It's a city with its own rich history, independent government, and a distinct personality that sets it apart from every other suburb in the DMV area. The thing is, when we talk about Washington, DC, most people immediately think of the National Mall, government buildings, and maybe Georgetown if they've done their research. But there's this whole other side to the DC experience that exists just beyond the district line. Takoma Park's story begins in 1883 when real estate developer Benjamin Franklin Gilbert envisioned a sylvan suburb near DC to escape the area's malaria and mosquito problems. Yes, you heard that right, mosquitoes. Gilbert chose a spot 350 feet above the city to avoid the health hazards, but stay close enough for the convenience. His vision quickly took off. Takoma Park was incorporated in 1890 and became the largest city in Montgomery County by 1913, proving just how desirable this location has been for over a century. Interesting, right? Now, one thing you'll immediately notice when you visit Takoma Park is the abundance of azaleas. They're everywhere, especially in the spring. This isn't by chance. The city earned its nickname, Azalea City, thanks to Benjamin Morrison, an early resident and horticulture pioneer. He developed the Glendale azaleas, and his work has literally shaped the city's look and feel to this day. But Takoma Park's identity goes deeper than just pretty flowers. The Seventh-day Adventist Church established its world headquarters here in 1904. For 85 years, that relationship significantly influenced the community and left a lasting impact you can still feel today. Takoma Park operates under a municipal council manager form of government. This isn't just a bureaucratic detail. It means that the city controls its own destiny in ways that many DC suburbs don't. It has its own city services, its own elected officials, and makes its own decisions about development, zoning, and community programs. Speaking of community, Takoma Park has around 17,500 residents. That's small enough that it feels like a tight-knit community, but large enough to support the diverse range of businesses, cultural offerings, and amenities that make it special. One thing that sometimes confuses people is the distinction between Takoma Park, Maryland, and Takoma in DC. They share a border and some history, but they're different places. And while they both have charm, Takoma Park in Maryland provides a greater variety of housing styles, a more vibrant main street, and a distinctively quirky, progressive personality. We'll explore more throughout this video. Here's the point I want to make. Takoma Park is an excellent choice for those looking to buy in the suburbs of DC. It's just outside the city center, offering the perfect balance of convenience and charm. And we're about to get into the reasons why I think this is such a great spot to call home. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Ryan Butler, your local DC real estate expert. If you're enjoying this video so far, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week covering the best places to live, the real estate market, upcoming developments, and much more. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an update. Get this, with so many businesses packed into the small city, Takoma Park's Main Street has something increasingly rare. A thriving corridor of independent, locally owned shops where the owners know their customers by name. When you walk down Main Street in Takoma Park, you immediately notice something different. Unlike the cookie-cutter shopping centers and big box stores that dominate so many suburban areas, Takoma Park has preserved a sophisticated small town feel that's becoming increasingly rare, especially this close to a major city. The design of Main Street itself contributes to this atmosphere. It's walkable with buildings close to the sidewalk, creating that human scale environment that makes people want to linger rather than just drive through. The storefronts have character, many preserving their historic facades while housing thoroughly modern businesses inside. But what really sets Main Street Street apart is its emphasis on independent, locally owned businesses. In an era where national chains dominate most commercial corridors, Tacoma Park has managed to maintain a thriving ecosystem of independent shops, restaurants, and service providers. This isn't by accident. It reflects both the community's values and the city's intentional approach to development. Walking down the street, you'll find an eclectic mix of cafes and restaurants, unique boutiques, artisanal shops, and community-focused stores. There's a palpable sense of creativity and individuality. What's also remarkable is the personal connection between these businesses and their customers. Shop owners aren't faceless corporate employees, they're your neighbors. They know their regular customers by name, remember their preferences, and build genuine relationships. This creates a shopping experience that feels fundamentally different from the anonymous transactions we've become accustomed to. Meanwhile, at the heart of this vibrant commercial district, Takoma Park Farmers Market, open every Sunday year-round. Local farmers and artisans bring fresh produce, baked goods, artisan cheeses, handcrafted items, and so much more. I can almost smell all the delicious food right now. My favorite is the empanadas and the hearty cheeseburgers. But equally important is the social aspect. Neighbors catch and go with each other, families making a weekly tradition of browsing the stalls, musicians sometimes performing at the edges of the market. It's community building disguised as commerce. Throughout the year, Main Street and surrounding areas host numerous community events that further strengthen these connections. There are recurring events like Takoma Spark Open Mic, special occasions like book launches at the local bookstore, and free concerts that bring people together. This active community life underscores the strong sense of unity and local support that's prevalent in Takoma Park. Residents don't just live here, they actually participate. They show up for each other. They support local businesses because they value what those businesses bring to the community beyond just the products or services. In many ways, Main Street is the perfect physical manifestation of Takoma Park's values: independent, creative, community-oriented, and just a little quirky. And this distinctive character extends beyond shopping and dining into another topic that makes Takoma Park special: its rich cultural scene. You want to know something interesting? For a city of just 17,500, Takoma Park has a cultural calendar that rivals those of much larger communities. I think that's so cool. You might expect a small suburban city to have maybe a community theater or an occasional art fair, but Takoma Park takes its cultural life to the whole other level. The city's Arts and Humanities division coordinates a remarkably diverse array of programs that will be impressive even in a much larger community. The Takoma Park Arts Series is the backbone of this vibrant cultural scene, offering a wide variety of free events year-round. You'll find art exhibitions showcasing local talent, performing art shows like concerts, theater productions, and dance performances. The series also includes film screenings that bring independent and international cinema to the community, plus regular poetry readings featuring both established and emerging writers. Honestly, what's not to love? Most of these events take place at the Takoma Park Community Center, which serves as a cultural hub for the city. Walking into this space, you immediately get a sense of how seriously the community takes its artistic life. The walls display rotating exhibitions, the performance spaces are well equipped, and perhaps most importantly, these events are well attended. This isn't art for art's sake, but art as a living, breathing part of the community life. But one particularly unique aspect of Takoma Park's art scene is its public arts initiatives. The Sidewalk Poetry Program, for example, has embedded poems directly into the city's walkways. As you stroll through Takoma Park, you might suddenly encounter lines of poetry beneath your feet, unexpected moments of reflection and beauty integrated into everyday life. It's a perfect example of how art isn't confined to galleries here, but woven into the fabric of the community. The city also maintains a Poet Laureate program, currently held by Taylor Johnson. This role involves not just creating new work, but engaging with the community through readings, workshops, and special projects. It's another way Takoma Park elevates arts and letters beyond mere entertainment to a central part of civic identity. Beyond city-organized events, Takoma Park hosts several significant annual cultural gatherings. The Takoma Park Folk Festival stands out as one of the region's most beloved music events, a free festival featuring multiple stages with diverse performers, along with crafts and food that bring people together across generations and backgrounds. And the local music scene, just amazing. They get additional support from institutions like the School of Music Traditions, which offers classes and performances focusing on folk music from around the world. This organization has helped cultivate a community of musicians and music lovers that keep traditional forms alive while fostering innovation. But let me tell you, what makes Takoma Park's cultural life special isn't just the number or quality of events, it's how deeply integrated these artistic expressions are within the community's identity and values. Art here isn't just decoration or diversion. It's a way of processing shared experiences, preserving diverse traditions, and imagining new possibilities. From poetry embedded in sidewalks to community-wide festivals, from gallery exhibitions to music education. Takoma Park demonstrates how a small city can cultivate a rich cultural ecosystem that enhances the quality of life for all residents. This commitment to enhancing community life extends beyond arts and culture to another area where Takoma Park has shown remarkable leadership: environmental sustainability. In 2020, while most cities were just beginning to talk about climate action, Takoma Park finalized its plan to reach net zero emissions by 2035. Now, isn't that incredible? Environmental consciousness isn't just a trendy talking point in Takoma Park. It's deeply woven into the community's identity and actions. This city has consistently been ahead of the curve when it comes to sustainability, with initiatives that demonstrate real commitment rather than just symbolic gestures. And there's more. Takoma Park has been a certified sustainable Maryland community since 2011, earning recognition for its comprehensive approach to environmental responsibility. But the city hasn't rested on its laurels. It keeps pushing forward with increasingly ambitious goals. The centerpiece of these efforts is the city's net zero by 2035 target. When this goal was set, it represented one of the most aggressive municipal climate commitments in the country, and Takoma Park isn't approaching this as a distant aspiration. It's backed by concrete planning and action. In 2020, the city finalized both a climate action plan and a climate emergency response framework. These documents aren't just gathering dust on the shelf, they outline specific strategies for Takoma Park to become waste and emission-free. The plan includes everything from building efficiency standards to transportation initiatives, waste reduction programs to renewable energy adoption. The Sustainability Division actively works with both residents and commercial property owners to improve building energy efficiency. This includes home energy audits, weatherization assistance, and incentives for upgrading to more efficient systems. The city also promotes the use of clean, green power through education and incentives programs. Takoma Park's environmental leadership is perhaps most evident in some of its pioneering policies. Back in 1983, it declared itself nuclear-free zone, a stance that might have seemed merely symbolic at the time, but reflected a genuine commitment to environmental and peace values that has only grown stronger. More recently, the Takoma Park Save Grow Act implemented organic lawn management on city lands. This is about reducing harmful chemicals in the environment, protecting water quality, and demonstrating sustainable landscaping practices that residents can adopt. And get this, the city regularly hosts sustainability events and education programs designed to engage the community in these efforts. The annual Earth Day celebration brings together environmental organizations, local businesses, and residents to share ideas and inspire action. Throughout the year, workshops and seminars offer practical guidance on everything from composting to energy conservation. What's remarkable about Takoma Park's approach is how it connects environmental sustainability to the community's broader values and quality of life. This commitment to sustainability is most evident in how Takoma Park integrates its environmental goals with the preservation of its natural spaces. The city is actively working to enhance and protect the very environment that makes it such a special place to live. And nowhere is this more apparent than one of the city's greatest natural assets. I'm talking about Sligo Creek Park, one of the region's greatest treasures. Running through the heart of Takoma Park, this urban oasis has its own fascinating history and adds to the charm and appeal of the area. In a region where development has consumed so much natural landscape, Sligo Creek Park offers something increasingly precious: a ribbon of green space that provides both ecological services and human recreation. The origins of Sligo Creek Park and the Sligo Creek Park Parkway date back to 1927 with the establishment of the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission. This was part of the visionary effort to preserve stream valleys throughout the region, an early example of environmental planning that has paid enormous dividends for subsequent generations. What many visitors don't realize is that Sligo Creek has a rich industrial history hiding in plain sight. From 1900 to 1930, the Sligo Creek Waterworks provided the earliest public water systems in the area. As you walk along certain sections of the park today, you can still spot remnants of the infrastructure, a tangible connection to the area's past. The centerpiece of this park today is a 10.2-mile Sligo Creek Trail. This hard surface path runs through a floodplain forest, providing an ideal corridor for walking, running, and biking. On any given day, you'll see people all ages using the trail. Commuters on bikes, parents pushing strollers, joggers getting their daily exercise, or friends taking a leisurely stroll. It's genuinely democratic space that brings the community together. And what makes the trail system especially valuable is how it connects the broader community. Numerous connecting trails, both paved and unpaved, link neighborhoods and other park facilities. But the ecological value of Sligo Creek Park goes far beyond recreation. The park encompasses 10 distinct habitats, including streams, ponds, wetlands, and various woodland types. The diversity supports a remarkable array of wildlife, from herons and kingfishers to foxes, deer, and countless smaller species. In the midst of suburban development, these habitats provide crucial refuge for native plants and animals. And get this, conservation efforts are actively undertaken by organizations like Friends of Sligo Creek, which organize regular litter cleanups and invasive plant removal initiatives. These volunteer-driven efforts demonstrate the community's commitment to stewardship. Residents don't just enjoy the park, they participate in maintaining and enhancing it. Beyond the main corridor, smaller neighborhood parks associated with Sligo Creek watershed, such as Sligo Creek North Neighborhood Park, offer additional amenities like playgrounds. These spaces create a network of green areas that serve multiple community needs, from children's play to adult recreation to ecological services. The presence of Sligo Creek Park aligns perfectly with Takoma Park's environmental values and contributes significantly to the community's quality of life. It provides breathing room in an increasingly dense region, offers opportunities for physical activity and nature connection, and serves as a living laboratory for conservation and education. But as we explore what makes Takoma Park special, we can't overlook another distinctive aspect of this community: its unique real estate landscape. Here's what's interesting about Takoma Park's real estate. It offers a rare opportunity to own a piece of history in a progressive community, though the market is getting more competitive. As you drive through, you'll be struck by the incredible variety of architectural styles, from Victorian Queen Anne's built between 1883 and 1900 to Cape Cod's, bungalows, cottages, and colonials. Each style tells a different chapter of the city's history, creating neighborhoods with unique character. The Takoma Park Historic District, the largest in Montgomery County, helps preserve this rich architectural heritage, reflecting the community's belief in the importance of history and its impact on quality of life. I just love how distinctive and beautiful the architecture is here. It's definitely one of my favorite things about Takoma Park. But let's shift gears a little bit about the current real estate market. As of April 2025, Takoma Park is showing some intriguing trends. The market is fairly competitive, with homes spending an average of 100 days on the market. Quick enough to indicate decent demand, but not so fast that buyers are in a rush to decide. The median listing home price here currently stands at $672,000, representing a year-over-year increase of 17.89%. This significant jump indicates growing interest in the community, likely driven by both its intrinsic qualities and broader regional housing trends. For buyers considering Takoma Park, this market represents both opportunities and challenges. The community offers an exceptional quality of life with all of the amenities we've discussed throughout this video. Properties here tend to maintain their value well over time, thanks to the city's strong identity and desirable location. However, the increasing demand is pushing prices upward overall, making it important for potential buyers to understand the market thoroughly and act decisively when they find the right property. Working with agents who know Takoma Park well can be particularly valuable given the community's unique character and the varied housing stock. What's clear is that Takoma Park's real estate market reflects the same distinctive qualities that make the community special in other ways: diversity, character, connection to history, and a strong sense of place. And whether you're looking at a historic Victorian, a mid-century bungalow, or a contemporary condo, buying in Takoma Park means it's becoming part of a community that values its past while actively shaping its future. Takoma Park is a hidden gem just outside of DC, mixing Victorian charm with progressive values and a rich cultural scene. If you're considering a move to the DC area or seeking a unique escape from the usual tourist spots, Takoma Park is a suburb that has preserved its character while evolving into a vibrant, environmentally conscious community. It's a prime example of how small communities thrive and create their own identity, even in a region dominated by politics and institutions. And you know what? Takoma Park should definitely be on your radar when exploring the DC suburbs. Now, if you made it this far, there's a good chance you're considering buying or selling a home in the DC area. My team and I would love the opportunity to be your real estate experts throughout your move. Just reach out to us at ryan@coalitionpg.com or grab my contact info in the description below. We've helped hundreds of families buy and sell in the area, and we're excited to help you too. Now, before you go, if you enjoyed this video, check out the one I've linked on the screen here. It's the next video YouTube thinks you'll love.